Alright, well, up next, another exciting title match with the RWL Television Tag Team Championships up for grabs as American Supreme Matt Clark and Rod the Bod Whitley, the Southern Gentlemen, take on Zeus and the Great Khali. Well, this is a golden opportunity for Eric Bischoff and Zeus and the Great Khali. Provided, of course, they could get past the Southern Gentlemen to gain the RWL Television Tag titles. Don, they couldn't beat the Southern Gentlemen 2 weeks ago in a non-title match. What makes you think they're going to be able to go and pull an upset now? Well, perhaps the incentive of the television tag team titles alone, Myron. Even with the titles on the line, they're still idiots. They can barely talk, let alone think strategically in the ring. Come on.
While I agree with your point, Myron, Don has got something here. Eric Bischoff may not have two whiz kids here, but even he can make even them understand the importance of winning this particular match. They can't be complete morons.
Yes, they can. American Supreme Matt Clark and Rod the Bod Whitley, the Southern Gentlemen, have been laying low since taking the tag team titles away from the Guns brothers. But they are back in swing this evening and prepared to go to battle with Zeus and the Great Khali, just like they did 2 weeks ago, only this time it's for the RWL Television Tag Team titles. Alright, so maybe I'm a little prejudiced because I like Matt and Rod. I mean, Khali and Zeus, they got a slim chance. Of course, there's always the possibility of an upset, sure. But I'm looking at it from a realistic standpoint by the numbers. Matt and Rod have got it all over Khali and Zeus. I think they're going to retain. There we go. The Southern Gentlemen with the added extra pressure of the television tag team titles being on the line in this matchup.
This next tag team match is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit, and it's for the RWL Television Tag Team Championships. The challengers, with manager Eric Bischoff, at a combined weight of 705 pounds, the team of Zeus and the Great Khali. Their opponents, accompanied by Crystal Gabor, at a combined weight of 530 pounds, the reigning RWL Television Tag Team Champions, Rod the Bod Whitley, and American Supreme Matt Clark, the Southern Gentlemen.
Matt and Rod have been keeping in practice while they've been away. Let's see how well it pays off. Or doesn't pay off at all.
Well, they've both been doing good. Matt Clark has been exceptional. He's on a big comeback trail. The Southern Gentlemen will certainly need all the resources they have to hand in this tag team title matchup against Zeus and the Great Khali. And it'll be Zeus and Rod Whitley beginning the festivities here as Walt Rothburn sounds the bell. Here we go. Zeus with a kick and pitching. Rod Whitley up over his shoulder like a lucky horseshoe. Rod Whitley counters with a kick. Locks up Zeus. Whips him to the ropes. Wicked boot to the face right there as American Supreme Matt Clark comes in on the tag. Matt Clark moves in, catches a shot from Zeus. Slam face first to the canvas by the human wrecking machine. Matt Clark counters with a couple of stunning rights. Zeus counters with a couple of rights of his own. They lock up again. Zeus escorts Matt Clark to his team's corner. And here comes the Great Khali on the tag. Little double team action here. Whoa! Wicked strength boot to the head for American Supreme Matt Clark as the Great Khali makes his way topside. Rod Whitley trying to take him down, but it's no use. Elbow drop across the chest. The Great Khali with American Supreme. Look at this. American Supreme with the quick mumbo jumbo, but winds up on the ropes. The Great Khali pitched over the top rope and out onto the floor as Matt Clark goes after Zeus. And Rod Whitley goes after the Great Khali, but winds up catching a close one. Zeus slammed into the lip of the apron as the Great Khali comes to help his partner. Matt Clark with a wraparound DDT for the Great Khali. American Supreme has been a house on fire in recent weeks. The Great Khali with Clark way in the middle of the air here, but look at this American Supreme one more time. Outsmarting the Great Khali. Fails to connect with the running clothesline. Matt Clark with a flurry of shots and a Hurricane Rana that takes the Great Khali down to the canvas. Clark with a series of shots again and another DDT for the Great Khali. American Supreme taking the long way home here. Finally making his way back inside. The referee continues the count on the Great Khali. As Matt Clark goes after Zeus again, takes him out onto the floor one more time. The Great Khali making his way back into the ring. Matt Clark charges. Whoa! The Great Khali didn't even see him coming. American Supreme quickly covers. 1, 2, no. The Great Khali powering out of the pin as Rob the Bod Whitley is tagged in. Whitley charges, shoulder tackle, takes the Great Khali down to the mat. Zeus still laid out on the outside. The Great Khali counters, gets back to his feet. Gathers Rod Whitley up in the cradle position. Referee Walt Rothburn needs to get out of the way in a hurry. Whitley slammed to the mat. The Great Khali escorts Rod Whitley to his team's corner. Rod Whitley escaping the corner. A headlock punch, an overhand right, and another. Followed up with a couple of wicked strength double axe handles. The Great Khali counters with an elbow to the midsection, fails to connect with the running clothesline, locks up Whitley again. Hard Irish whip to the ropes and a big boot to the head of Rob the Bod Whitley. As the Great Khali tags in Zeus, the human wrecking machine, immediately going to work on Rod Whitley with a stomp and a headbutt. Now going after American Supreme Matt Clark. Look at this. A series of clubbing blows across the chest of American Supreme as Rod Whitley just gets back to his feet. His partner's in trouble. And Rod Whitley right there to do something about it. Has Zeus up, pitches him all the way across and hangs him up off the top rope. Down goes the human wrecking machine. Rod Whitley locks him up again, another knee to the midsection. Whitley, whip to the ropes. Zeus fails to connect with the grapple. Whitley whips Zeus to the ropes. Fails to connect with the elbow. Zeus puts on the brakes, and we're going nowhere fast here. They lock up, and Zeus escorts Whitley to his team's corner once more. Head first into the turnbuckle. Here comes the Great Khali on the tag. And once more, the same double team that assisted. Boot to the face for the Great Khali. Khali driving a knee into the back of Rod Whitley as well. Rod Whitley takes him down and tags in American Supreme Matt Clark. Matt Clark moves in rounds. Whoa, what a set of shots. Matt Clark fails to connect with that last roundhouse, and the Great Khali pitches him halfway across town to make him pay for it. Here comes the human wrecking machine, Zeus on the tag. Matt Clark makes his way back inside. A series of hard rights. He rounds up Zeus. Look at this capture suplex from American Supreme. And Matt Clark tags in Rod Whitley, the Southern gentleman, working like a well-oiled machine, no question about it. Zeus runs and charges and falls down. Rod Whitley definitely stepping out of the way there. Knee to the midsection from Rod Whitley. Headbutt from Zeus. The human wrecking machine. Countered by Rod Whitley again. Whitley with Zeus up over the shoulder. Slams him down center ring. Proceeds to curb stomp the hell out of Zeus as Matt Clark is tagged in once more. American Supreme immediately picking up where Rod Whitley left off. American Supreme winds up Zeus, kick to the chest. Matt Clark stepping away. Look at this. Rod Whitley tagged in again. Here comes the Great Khali. Fresh partners all the way around. Whitley connects with his clothesline. Goes behind on Zeus. Zeus up over the shoulders. Whoa, backbreaker. As the Great Khali is right there to make him pay for that indiscretion. The Great Khali. Look at this. Rod Whitley once more. Zeus the Great Khali pitched over the top rope. Here comes Whitley with a double axe handle, but The Great Khali quick with the counter on a basement dropkick. Great Khali with a stomp to Rod Whitley on the outside. Whitley back to his feet. Whitley all the way up and all the way down. Military press drop from the Great Khali. The Punjabi Nightmare makes his way back inside the ring. Rod Whitley seeing stars at the moment. Zeus sneaks up from behind here. Inverted DDT. Matt Clark giving the Great Khali the eye here. A shoulder takes Matt Clark down to the floor as Zeus continues his assault on Rod Whitley. Rod Whitley slams him into the apron and pitches him halfway across town. Here comes the Great Khali. Counters with an elbow. Rod Whitley with a left and a right, and the Great Khali counters with a kick to the midsection. Whitley counters with a knee. The Great Khali misses with the chop. And here we go again, a headlock punch, a couple of overhand rights, and a couple of double axe handles for the Great Khali as the referee's count continues. Whitley rolls the Great Khali back inside. And Rod Whitley makes his way to the top. Look at this, turns it around. Whoa, what a beautiful corkscrew senton right there. Covers. 1, 2, but the Zeus is right there to spoil the party. The human wrecking machine locks it up with Matt Clark. Pitches him to the outside. Rod Whitley moves in on Zeus unexpectedly. Up over the shoulders goes Zeus. All the way up, Rod Whitley with the military press drop. Catches a clothesline from the Great Khali. And a hard right that spins him around. And a rear headbutt. The Great Khali absolutely on fire here as he goes for a cover. The referee has to ditch the chair. Eric Bischoff introduced here, but only a 1 count. As Rod the Bod Whitley gets back to his feet, the referee dispatching the chair. Whitley with a kick to the midsection. And whoa, look at this, a rolling series of chicken wing suplexes. How about this from Rod the Bod Whitley? Absolutely amazing. Eric Bischoff raising holy old hell over there with the referee. Here comes Zeus to break up the pin. Not even seen by the official. Whitley catches an elbow from Zeus, who makes his way out. The Great Khali slowly getting to his feet as Matt Clark is tagged in. American Supreme with a kick to the midsection, and a chop, and another, and a third, and a fourth. American Supreme rounds him up for the suplex, but the Great Khali counters with a clothesline, takes American Supreme down to the canvas. And here comes Zeus as American Supreme stands by. A wicked series of shots. And a beautiful clothesline that takes Khali down to the mat. Excuse me, Zeus. Zeus rounded up again. Matt Clark countered by Zeus with elbows. Clothesline takes Matt Clark out onto the floor. And the Great Khali tagged in again. Matt Clark making his way back inside. Fireman's carry. The Great Khali pitched over the shoulder of Matt Clark. American Supreme delivers an arm breaker. Turning it into an arm bar here. Possible submission. The new Matt Clark releasing the hold. Goes after Zeus instead. And once more, he's going to just drop him on the outer lip of the apron. Right across the back. Matt Clark in control of both opponents here. A little showboating for the ringside fans as he makes his way back inside. The Great Khali takes him down with a shoulder tackle. Matt Clark shoves him away with a quick counter. Whoa, head-on collision with no result. Matt Clark locks up the Great Khali, whips him into the far corner. And Matt Clark has him up, scoop slams the Great Khali. And now American Supreme stalking the Punjabi Nightmare. And here it goes, American Supreme from behind has him up. Whoa, whoa, the Great Khali with a little shift of weight turns things around. Double choke lift, the Great Khali putting out Matt Clark's fire here. 1, 2, no, Matt Clark powering out of the pin. And that was a close one. The great Khali coming very close to upsetting the tag team champions here. Zeus, tagged in as Matt Clark, slowly makes his way back to his feet. Zeus, crushed with a bear hug, winds up getting arm dragged instead. Clark with an arm breaker. And now going right back into work on the arm of the human wrecking machine. Matt Clark rolls Zeus over, covers, hooks the leg, one, and only a one. Zeus, still too tough. Zeus whips Clark to the ropes. Whoa, like hitting a wall, did you see that? Matt Clark colliding with Zeus. Zeus, an immovable object at that moment. Head first into the turnbuckle. Clark counters, catches a cheap shot from the great Khali. And Zeus hurls him to the other side of the ring. Here comes the great Khali again. Matt Clark laid out and in a heap of trouble here. The Punjabi Nightmare moves in, gouging the face of American Supreme viciously. Hard right. Crush with a bear hug. Matt Clark says, no you don't. Slams him down the canvas. Here comes Rod Whitley on the tag. Zeus tagged in. Rod Whitley right there waiting for him. Zeus again charges and misses. Whitley drives a knee into the head. Here comes Matt Clark again. As the Southern Gentlemen play a little tag team fun with Zeus and the great Khali. Matt Clark, look at this. Cloverleaf surfboard stomp to the back of the head, all rolled into one. Clark rolls him over and covers. 1, 2, no. The human wrecking machine powering out of the pin just before the count of 3. Matt Clark up on the middle rope. Here we go. Whoa! Into a Lupus press off the middle rope. Impressive stuff from American Supreme. Clark covers. 1, 2, 3, and that is it. The Southern Gentlemen retain the television tag team titles over Zeus and the great Khali by pinfall.
Here's the time, 14 minutes and 10 seconds. Your winners and still RWL television tag team champions, the Southern Gentlemen.
I got a feeling, and I may be wrong here, but I got a feeling that Matt Clark and Rod Whitley are going to have those television tag team titles for some time to come. Well, you may very well be right, Myron. What a performance from Matt Clark and Rod Whitley in this title matchup against the great Khali and the human wrecking machine Zeus. Scoring the win, retaining the titles, it was all in a day's work for the Southern Gentlemen. Our main event when we return.